Hey guys, I'm Trina and this is Top 5 Wednesday. Top 5 Wednesday was created by Ginger Reads Laney. It is a Goodreads group with a weekly topic where you pick your top 5 books that fit that topic. It's open to anybody, so as always the links are down below. This week's topic is worst series enders. Guys, I came up with more than 5, but I'm only going to stick to 5. The 5 that just made me so angry that I wanted to take that book and throw it off of a very tall building. I wouldn't really do that to a book, but I've wanted to. So at spot number 5, I am putting Requiem, which is the third and final book in the Delirium trilogy by Lauren Oliver. I am a fan of this series. It is one of my favorite dystopias because I love the ideas explored and the whole idea that love is banned. So if you have not read this book, I still very, very highly recommend starting the series. The ending of Requiem, the finale of the whole trilogy, is very open-ended, and when I first read it I was okay with that, but when I look back on the Delirium trilogy I just don't feel satisfied. I feel like I don't really know what happened next, and yes, I'm free to come up with my own assumptions about what might happen next, but this wasn't just like 1 or 2 things were left open. It was basically the entire story was left open. I mean, to have nothing resolved like that, that's just not why I read. If I wanted to make up my own stories, I could just sit and do that in my own mind all day long. I wouldn't need books. In my 4th spot, I am going with Graduation Day, which is the third and final book in the Testing trilogy by Joelle Charbonneau. I still have not looked up how to pronounce that. This is another series that I started out really liking. I loved this world and the whole idea of the dystopia setting focusing around education and college-age characters. One of the strongest points in this series to me was the main character, Sia, is a very morally strong character. She knows what she believes is right and wrong, and she sticks to her own values. I love seeing that in characters. So the reason that I didn't like the 3rd book is because Sia felt like a totally different character. She was making decisions and doing things that felt like they totally broke with the person I knew from the first 2 books in the series, so it really left me disappointed. The 3rd spot on my list is definitely going to be Redeemed. I think that's what it's called. I better look this up. Meow, 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 meow. Yep. Yes, I was just meowing the Game of Thrones theme song. Where are my notes? Okay. Number 3 on my list is Redeemed, which is the 12th and final book in the House of Night series by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. This was such a long series. Honestly, the world and the characters and the plot isn't that bad. It just should have been like 4 or 5 books instead of 12. I really think I would have liked it better if it were fewer books because these books were just so repetitive. The same things happened over and over. How it ended was so repetitive of things that had happened before, and it seemed kind of pointless to me because nothing was actually accomplished. I don't want to say any more than that because I don't want to spoil anything. But number 2 on my list is The Death Cure, the 3rd and final book in the trilogy by... The Death Cure, the 3rd and final book in the Maze Runner. Number 2 on my list is The Death Cure, which is the final book in the Maze Runner trilogy by James Dashner. Not much actually happened, and I was so frustrated in The Death Cure how there is this perfect opportunity to advance the plot. Thomas could have made a choice to do something that would have answered so many questions, and he's like, nah, I don't want any of that. So the reader doesn't get any answers. Like, are you kidding me? I can't believe that James Dashner would have said, I've created this perfect out on how to answer everything, but I'm not going to let my character take it. I'm just going to leave everything totally unanswered. Like, the very last page of this book gave me some satisfaction, but that's 1 page out of 3 books. It was too little too late to me. No. Number 1 on my list, please don't hate me, is Allegiant. the third and final book in the Divergent trilogy by Veronica Roth. It's not that I hated one big plot point that happened at the end that upset a lot of people. I was fine with that, just not the reasons behind it. The thing that really did not work for me about Allegiant was this is the third book in the series, and it is trying to do a lot of backtracking and explaining the entire setup of the world. It was like a 300-page info dump, repeating the same things over and over, but they didn't even make sense. I understood what was written, but it just... no, I did not like it. It was not logical to me at all. And everything that Triss does in this book, I don't think that it accomplished anything at all. Nothing. Like, if you actually think about all the information we learn about how that world is set up, their actions were just like so small scale that I don't think anything was actually accomplished. It was all completely selfish, solving one little bitty problem that didn't even need to be solved because somebody else solved it in a different part of the book, and nothing about this book worked for me. It was just full of fail at the end. I'm never gonna like that book. I'm not even sorry. I can't. I just can't. I hope you guys don't hate me too much for any of my choices on this topic. Now, I do want to say about all of these books, if you like them, that's wonderful. I am in no way telling you not to read these books or telling you that your high opinion of them is wrong. That's not it at all. Love what you love and don't like what you don't like. It's all okay. So I would love to hear from you guys. Please tell me in the comments below what one series ender just really did not do it for you. What was the worst ending to a series you've ever read? Tell me what it is. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the comments. Bye!